In this video I'll show you how villager civilization went from becoming peaceful kingdoms to war and perhaps annihilation of villager kind. You have to watch to the end of this video to find out. 10,000 years before you spawned in this world, villagers were in small groups who were always on the move. This was their only known way of surviving. Villagers ate everything they could find because they were in desperate need of food. That is what they have done for millions of years. But one day a group of villagers decided to stay in one place, where they found out they could use the seeds from grass to make wheat. Now they had more food, they started building houses. But it wasn't the best houses because they were made of dirt. It was the start of how we know villagers today. Now that they had a permanent place to live, they started to farm more food, and with more food they made more villagers, with bread of course, or something else. But at some point it wasn't enough. They started upgrading the houses with wood and clay for the walls and hay for the roof. They never made weapons because the villagers were very peaceful people who did not go to war. Or at least for now. Villagers had grown tired of eating wheat, therefore they went in search of cows. Hey, wanna join us? No. What if we give you some wheat? Okay, sure, why not? But it didn't take long before they discovered that we are the food. The villagers had to build fences around the cows because they had seen some of their friends get eaten, so the cows didn't really want to be there anymore. At this point, life was really good for the villagers. They had plenty of food and better houses than they ever had before. But then their first incident happened. The fences that keep the cows trapped were struck by lightning, causing the cows to run away. The villagers were very shaken by this. They feared that one day they would be struck by lightning. They decided to call Greg of the gods. The villagers believed they had made the gods angry, so they began to make a temple for the gods and a church for a better future. The village got bigger and bigger, and now the villagers had plenty of food, started to tame horses, and started to mine, which was the start of the Iron Age, where they invented the wheel. Okay, maybe not the wheel, it doesn't make much sense in Minecraft. Although this village was doing well, they were far from the fastest growing village. The fastest growing village was one in Egypt. They even started to making pyramids, where they hid important things to use in the afterlife. They were also the first to start writing in the form of a hieroglyph. They wrote on the stones in the pyramids. They also began to write on paper, which they got from sugarcane. Now that the village had become so large, trading between the villages had become normal. However, the village didn't have any kind of money now, but that changed quickly. After a very expensive form of metal was founded, which was gold, as boosted the trading to a whole new level. Around 4,000 years before you spawned in this world, which was the Iron Age, it started to become more and more normal to have iron items, which make it very easy to mine stones. Therefore they started building houses out of stone, which remind a lot of those we have today. With all the new buildings that were built, there were also a lot of new jobs, such as a bookmaker, potion maker and a blacksmith. Villagers also found emeralds and it became their new currency. The reason they were so happy with them was maybe because villagers' eyes looked a lot like emeralds. They mined so many of them that they could only find them in mountains today. Everything went very well for the villagers because there were no wars or thieves, due to the peaceful natures of villagers. But something happened that would change that forever. In one of the biggest kingdoms, the villagers had decided they should make more experiments with potions in order to achieve even greater things. After a long period of research, they were able to create a potion that would make them much stronger. There was a volunteer who wanted to try it, and the villager became much stronger than he was before, and for some reasons he became very good at throwing axes. There were a lot of villagers who had received the potion, however they did not know some of the side effects. After several years, emeralds began to disappear. It was really a mystery, because such thing had never happened before. But one day the thief was seen, and with much surprise it was the villager who got the first potion that made him greedy. The next day the king decided they would take him to court, where the judge decided that he was committed to be thrown in the pit of death. This is madness. Madness. This is Minecraft!
Ouch.
The king decided to stop giving the potion to his people, but it was already too late. Only a week later, many villagers were infected, and there was a civil war between the infected villagers and the healthy ones. The infected villagers were so evil that they were called Illagers. Their skin had also turned grey. Fortunately, there were many more villagers than Illagers, so the Illagers had to run away. Then there was finally peace, or so the villagers thought. Because Illagers spent the next 10 years building an army where crossbows were invented and Illagers built outposts and secret bases. And that's how the First World War started, villagers versus Illagers. Even though it was the biggest disaster ever in Minecraft, it looked like the villagers would win. But then Illagers invented the Varangian, which was the most powerful and evil creature the villagers ever had seen before. It changed the war completely. Villagers had nothing that could keep up with that creature. Villagers fought bravely, but they lost the war. All kingdoms in Minecraft were annihilated. The only villagers left were small and could not fight against Illager Empire. All hope was lost. But one day there was a villager who gathered all the villagers under one alliance. They had villagers for all communities around the world. That doesn't make much sense in Minecraft. They had villagers from all over the Minecraft world. Now the time has come to fight against the evil Illagers and take their world back, and that's how the Second World War started. Now they had hope back because there were all villagers under one flag against Illagers. It was a very close match, but unfortunately it looked like villagers would lose. They didn't have anything that could keep up with the Varangian. That's why they invented the Iron Golem. They quickly got many Iron Golems, which completely changed the war. With the Iron Golems, they won battle after battle after battle. Almost all the Illagers had been killed, and those who won had to run away. So the villagers won the war. Villagers decided to live simple life in the small villages, because the reason for all the wars was because they wanted to achieve even greater things. Illagers who ran away at the end of the war now lived in small groups in the Minecraft world. But that was what happened before you spawned in the Minecraft world. What about all happened after? Part 2, tell me in the comments.